In the last episode, I spoke about a 3-kilometer buffer zone along Nigeria's borders. That strip will not just be a line of defense, it will also be an agricultural test bed, protected by military outposts and their company bases. This ceded land will double as farmland and forestry, applying the von Tunnel model of concentric zones. The outer ring would have secure farmland and will produce stable crops. The next inner ring would have agro-processing industry and further in complementary industries. Well, more on this on episode 10. But let's talk food. In Nigeria, once a food is out of season, it simply disappears until the next year. In the mango season, you get to eat mangoes like mad for 3 months. Then nothing. Corn, same story. No continuity, no system. Another gap, there is no comprehensive catalogue of Nigeria's soil type, regions, and their best crops. A farmer in Sokoto and one in Akwa Ibom are not farming the same soil. Yet, we treat agriculture as a one-size-fits-all. How do we expect to build mechanized farming without knowing where it works best? And speaking of mechanization, let's be honest, Nigeria's agriculture is still mostly rain-fed and seasonal. Production spikes in the wet season and then it dies down. Mechanization is almost non-existent. I recently saw footage of President Tinubu inaugurating a sea of tractors. But where were the complementary tools? No combine harvesters, no see and spray technology, just shiny tractors for the cameras. It reminds me of when Governor Ambode bought police sedans in Lagos years ago. Beautiful on the outside, but inside, no proper communication, no tech, no functionality, just optics. Don't these leaders travel abroad and see how things are done? A proper police car is a police station on wheels. Computer system, built-in cell units, toolkits. Instead, we buy shells. Our agriculture suffers from the same disease. Quick one before we continue. Over 99% of you watching have not subscribed. If you are enjoying this, help us grow. Hit that subscribe button. Like the video and turn on notification. It costs nothing, but it helps us invest in better gear and tell even greater African stories. When I go further, check the description for my Patreon link. Your support means everything. Let's build this together. Now let's continue. Meanwhile, global firms like John Deere are rolling out AI-driven tractors with data-driven insights. Nigeria should be leapfrogging, either by supporting local companies to build these machines or by striking deals with global manufacturers to set up facilities here in West Africa on the Nigerian soil. When President Zelensky of Ukraine visits weapon factories in the US, or when Israeli Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu walks through Tesla factories with Elon Musk, they are thinking about building their nation's future. I long for the day a Nigerian president walks into a John Deere plant, not just to shake hands, but to convince them to build a factory on Nigerian soil. That is leadership. Our politicians lack even the imaginations for that. If I were president, so what's the fix? We need to stop running out of food off-season. That is on the Ministry of Agriculture. Decades of failure. When I see American grocery store, I see mangoes, corn, strawberries, year-round. Yes, sometimes more expensive off-season, but the system is there. Storage, cold chain, distribution. Meanwhile, in Nigeria, when it is gone, it is gone. We must build a national strategic reserve, a real food bank and storage network that stockpiles surplus and coordinates smart imports when needed. And when I say stockpile, I don't mean groundnut pyramid, abeg. Let's do away with that nostalgia nonsense. I'm talking modern silos, climate regulated, effective, the kind you see in countries that take food security seriously. During shortages, essential food imports must come in duty-free. No excuses. And every state should have strategic food distribution hubs. That alone could slash hunger rates dramatically. Remember, right now 30 million Nigerians are food insecure. 30 million! More on this in episode 7, where we will dive into government-backed feed node. At least 6 in every state that will provide cheap loans for smallholders to buy equipment, expand irrigation, and boost fertilizer use, which is still far below what is needed. The Dangote Group urea plant could help fill the fertilizer gap, and we would explore that further in episode 17 on climate and environment. Nigeria's reserve warehouses currently hold only 7.6% of what is needed. That is embarrassing. We need cold chains, bulk storage, and proper processing facility because even if we can't eat everything fresh, processing before waste is still a win. Think of it as the next belt after the 3-kilometer agricultural buffer zone. Grow, store, process, and distribute. But food security isn't just about storage, it is about intelligence. Smart farming is the future. Soil sensors, satellite data, weather apps, drone monitoring fields. Imagine every farmer in Katsina or Enugu checking an app to know the exact week to plant or harvest. That is how you leapfrog an agricultural revolution. Farming shouldn't just be hoes and cutlass vibes. Let's put some tech swagger into it. And while we are on innovation, Nigeria must embrace new models, vertical farms rising in our cities, aquaculture feeding the nation with fish proteins, hydroponics for poor soils, and greenhouse farming to stabilize yields. These aren't fantasies, they are working models around the world. And here is the sweet spot. Our youth, instead of running to Lagos to hustle or dance on TikTok, imagine them running high-tech farms, launching agro-tech startups, and expanding branded Nigerian produce. Agriculture doesn't have to be punishment. It can be profitable, modern, and even cool. And this is critical. Nigeria must develop a central crop catalog, a simple, accessible online system that shows exactly what grows better where. Maize here, cassava there, rice somewhere else. No guesswork, just science. Pair that with a government-led seed bank that provide approved varieties, and suddenly farmers can plan with precision. This alone will incentivize year-round farming cycles, and it has to be easy. Just a few clicks online linked to an extension seed program where any farmer can access certified seeds for any crop. Basically, a proper national seed bank. Now, yes, this could be a lucrative space for private investment. So business-minded people listening, that is your cue. Some people should be building empires from the soil. In fact, I might just pin up a brand and a web app for this myself. But let's be clear, in many countries, big agro firms have hijacked seed pricing and created unsustainable monopolies. Farmers shouldn't have to buy seed like they are shopping at Balenciaga prices. Nigeria cannot afford that, which is why a government-led seed bank is not just smart. It is essential for every region. In conclusion, by coordinating harvest planning with reserve stockings and strategic imports, Nigeria can avoid seasonal famines. This is huge benefit in focusing on mechanized farming, mechanization, inputs, technology, and creating a robust distribution systems via a national food bank and seed bank. By coordinating harvest planning, stocking reserves, and importing strategically, Nigeria can finally escape the cycle of seasonal farming. This vision is simple: modernized farming, year-round production, effective storage system, and a national food and seed bank. And let's not stop at feeding ourselves. If Ivory Coast and Ghana can brand cocoa and Ethiopia can brand coffee, why can't Nigeria brand ofada rice, cassava flour, or even yam for the world? We should be exporting pride, not just importing shame. If we get agriculture right, or get back to our old ways, so to say, we don't just feed our people, we power our industry, stabilize our economy, and feed Africa. That is the real giant of Africa. If you believe Nigeria deserves food security, share this episode, like, subscribe, and join me in the next one. Because a nation that eats well can finally stand tall.